getting set for the restart. 34 laps complete. There's Matt Kenseth, Rockingham winner, lining up for this restart in 16th position. Nemechek, Stewart, the Sadler brothers, and Jeff Green, your top 5. We're back under green flag racing.
That white and blue car down on the inside is Morgan Shepherd. He's several laps down.
Pit stop, Ned, under caution. He was lapped once on the racetrack earlier. He is substituted for Derek Cope.
Actually, I guess he's just 1 lap down.
Right. Trying to get his lap back.
Nemechek is too fast. He is already pulled away.
Nemechek and Tony Stewart rocketed away. Herbie Sadler in 3rd. Elliott Sadler there in 4th. 2 seconds back to the 4th place car. And a lot of that was due to the shuffling, trying to get Morgan Shepherd there in line. There's Dale Jarrett leading a pack of cars, including Mark Martin, Jimmy Spencer, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's 8th through 12th.
You can see Mark Martin's car, the 60, going in the corner there, has great corner speed as he pulled up on Dale Jarrett getting down in the corner. Looks to me like Mark Martin has a very fast car in the corner.
Dick Berggren.
Brian Petty is the crew chief for Joe Nemechek, currently your leader, and he just told me that the decision they just made to not pit is about the most difficult that a crew chief can face. Why? If they stay out on the racetrack, they maintain track position. They keep that lead. If they come in, they get nice fresh tires. The thing Patty's worried about, the thing that was so difficult is, if he doesn't pit now, he may have to pit under green, and that would be a very difficult situation. To Bill Stevens.
Most of the teams we talked with this week did not expect tires to be a big factor today. However, Tommy Morgan, the crew chief for Jeff Burton, is concerned about right side blistering. In fact, he's talking to some of the other teams along pit road and exchanging information. It could be a factor later on. Ralph Shaheen.
Dale, remember the beginning of the show, I said Tony Stewart was a little bit cranky, a little on edge today. He's got the pit between his teeth, and he is running in 2nd place behind Joe Nemechek, catching him on the racetrack. Problem is, his car still is not handling right. He is very loose going into turns and tight coming off. So even with an ill-handling race car, Tony Stewart is charging to the front.
Those 2 drivers trying to check out. Stewart closing in on Nemechek, who started there with lapped car. Morgan Shepherd alongside. Nemechek got away from the field. Tony Stewart is reeling him in. It was 0.6 of a second, the difference last time by. Now it's dropped to almost half a second. Buckshot Jones, 00, and Randy LaJoie. If there's a more contentious pair in the garage area, I don't know who it could be.
Looking at McLaughlin there in the 34 car, he's on the outside. You can see him losing a lot of position. He crashed his primary car yesterday and had to go to this car, which is not his best race car. You can see him losing a lot of positions right now at the early part of the race.
Just let LaJoie pass. LaJoie now pulls up close on Buckshot Jones. Andy Santerre on the inside. Former Grand National North Star from Maine, Cherryfield, Maine. And McLaughlin trying to get ahead and in line. That's not going to happen right there. Santerre, highest finishing rookie at Bristol last week. He leads the rookie points. 47.
Looked pretty good, though. He held his own through turns 1 and 2 up to race speed. He's not giving a lot up on the outside groove. As I said, that outside groove will get better as they run today. You can see McLaughlin fighting side by side right now with Santerre all the way around the racetrack.
They're coming here from Morgan Shepherd, the lap car there. And that 63 car is Tracy Leslie. And Michael Walker made a pit stop in the car number 21, so he's trying to come back up through the field. He made a pit stop during that caution. So did his teammate, Patty Moise.
Andy Santerre just lost about 2 or 3. Ooh, trouble with Mark Martin. He got caught way up in the groove. Spencer and Earnhardt Jr. just shot past. Saw Martin's black car climb the hill. Spencer went by him like he was stopped all of a sudden.
Well, you can see right now Mark looks to be under control there as he heads back down into turn 1. I don't see any apparent problem. He will do that. When his car is not running just to suit him, he'll let cars go by until he can adjust on it on the first pit stop.
Back into turn 3.
There you see Dale Earnhardt and Jimmy Spencer going by Dale Jarrett. Dale just moved up and let him go. like Mark Martin did. Now Mark's going to get by him.
And he takes Mike Dillon with him.
Yep, once you back off and you lose that momentum, then makes a big difference.
If you get out in that loose stuff, in the rubber buildup and dust up in the high part of the racetrack, how long does it take to get your tires clean back off where you can get full grip again?
Mike, I went out the other day and just drove a passenger car out of the groove, and it sounded like you was running across a gravel road that just had fresh tar on it. There's a lot of buildup on the outside of that lower groove.
But to answer your question, you go through that next turn real good, then that pretty well cleans it off, if you get through that turn.
Oh, fun. Yeah, if you get through it.
Good point.
Looking back out of Mark Martin's car at 72, Mike Dillon, 10th and 11th place. Nemechek's your leader, Stewart in second, Hermie Sadler and Elliott Sadler third and fourth, Jeff Green fifth. We've had 2 caution flags. More on Mark Martin. Here's Dick.
Well, he just kind of tried to take it easy, Mike, according to crew chief Bobby Leslie. Apparently, he blistered a right rear tire in the Winston Cup car, and he is very concerned about it here in the Busch Grand National race because they are running the same exact tires. Meanwhile, the number 6 car of Jeff Green just caused his crew to really scurry. Green thinks potentially he has got a tire going down, but they're leaving him on the racetrack, at least for now.
Kevin LePage has taken his car to the garage. The Doug Taylor team, trouble beset all season. It's not working well there. Tony Stewart in second place, that number 44, and Hermie Sadler's caught him.
Yeah, and his brother just behind him, Elliott Sadler, the second, third, and fourth place cars have really tightened up here.
You're watching from the back of the second place car, Tony Stewart. In a Pontiac, that's that big turn 2 condominium, brand new this year. And from Elliott Sadler, up ahead, an older brother. I call him Big Brother. Elliott's a lot taller than Hermie.
Well, Elliott called in a while ago to his crew and said, I'm a little bit loose, but apparently the racetrack is coming to him because he has actually run back up here and made himself a contender for the lead now.
Front 4 cars pretty well grouped. You see them all out the front windshield of Elliott Sadler's car. He is 4th. Kevin LePage in the garage. Here's Bill Stevens.
We all know about the big trouble that they had with that rear end that blew on the track yesterday. Well, they just blew out the clutch on that car, and they cannot fix it. They are done for the day.
Owner Doug Taylor started the season with modified champ Rick Fuller, a rookie. Apparently didn't realize what happens when you have a rookie driver and have difficulty making adjustments. He thought the problem was Fuller, let him go. Apparently that was not the problem. Back up front, Joe Nemechek. There you see the distance between himself and Tony Stewart. Hermie and Elliott Sadler closing in on Stewart's second place car. Jeff Green, trouble. Turn 2 cars hard in the wall. Patty Moise, and is that Matt Hutter?
That is Matt Hutter, number 36 there. You can see a lot of damage to the back of that race car and the right front corner. Left front corner, pardon me.
Lap 51, and Hutter's Pontiac. Matt, an engine builder, son of a fellow who won a lot of championships for Richie Evans and a few championships here, Ron Hutter. He heads up that engine building company in Chardon, Ohio. Matt worked his way along and into this Busch Grand National ride this year, and he and Patty Moise have crashed hard in the turn 2 wall. Safety crews there talking to Patty, an IMSA veteran who once qualified on the outside pole for a Busch Grand National race at Road Atlanta, Georgia. One of the few road races that they've had in this series.
Of course, most of her experience before coming to the Grand National Series was on road races.
Right, she ran Ned in the IMSA Kelly Girl Challenge, a series that paid a bonus money to female drivers. She and a number of women frequently collected that kind of bonus. Tommy Riggins was a mainstay in that series. A lot of good short track racers as well were in that group before Patty came over to Busch Grand National Racing. It's the third caution of the day. The first, Doug Reed's spin collecting Joe Bessie. And the second, apparent contact between Jimmy Spencer and Wayne Grubb at lap 30. We're 51 laps in to this 200-lap event.
Pit road is closed at the moment. It might be open the next time around, but we have seen no cars come on pit road as a result.
36 cars still on the lead lap of the 43 starters. LePage, Grubb, Reed, and Bessie are in the garage. Coke, a lap down, and certainly Matt Hutter and Patty Moise's cars are going to go off on the rollback. They ran Legends cars here last night at the Speedway here in Texas. The youngest driver in the field was 12 years old in those little Mighty Mite cars, Casey Smith of Austin. And the oldest, rookie Earl Allen, decided this is just something I need to do. And so at age 80, he bought himself a Legends car. There they are. He was out here running it last night. Way to go. Earl Allen said he felt the need for speed. They say I'm old and stupid, he said, but I have no fear. He finished 14th.
I'll buy that.
Yeah. Well, we can see Hutter walking away from his car.
And there's Patty Moise. He's standing talking to Patty. They are both
That's
okay.
That's
great news.
Pit road was still closed. Cars stay out on the track.
Let's show you what happened there in turn 2. Hutter is the yellow car. Patty Moise is that pinkish machine.
Well, they make contact as they come off the turn.
Patty Moise got in the back of Matt Hutter as they were going through the corner there and turned him out of the groove there, and he spun up into the wall. She collected herself with that little bump.
And there's a bit of the aftermath. And the folks that will be sitting in those condos will have a nice view of that action. They're in turn number 2. 72 condominiums. Call your agent. All but 6 are sold. They start at $300,000. Another of the enhancements is Bruton Smith and his folks continue to make improvements here. $250,000 in signage for people driving in and out of the facility. Enough gravel roads to drive from here to Oklahoma, and more paved parking spaces than at the Magic Kingdom. All to help make this place more fan-friendly. 150,000 seats. Second, I believe, only to Indianapolis among auto racing stadiums.
I think you're right. Boy, it's a beautiful sight to see this place, and then to see, we'll see it totally filled tomorrow, but a tremendous crowd on hand here today for this 300 miles.
And they made a lot of improvements in moving traffic in and out of this racetrack as well. Well, let's see who will pit under this caution
Well,
flag.
they still, as it came by that time, Mike, they still had pit road closed.